Hey guys, and welcome to a new movie. So I'm all late, but wait. Did you hear that? Hello? Is someone there? Is someone there?
Over here.
Wait a minute. Did you just talk?
Dumb fuck, this is musical, so why don't you feed me?
Oh, of course. Yeah, right. Duh, because of the movie we're reviewing. Can you let me finish the review and then I can get something to eat? It won't take too long.
Okay, you can finish the review, but then you gotta feed me.
Okay then. Wait. One more thing. Do you have to sing the whole review? Because if I do, I kind of want to. Do I have to sing the whole review? Because it's kind of... I think it'd be kind of annoying, actually, because the review, not really something we can sing and dance. Yes, for the intro and outro, but do we have to really sing it for the whole thing?
Well, you don't have to, but if you did, that would be pretty neat.
Fuck, no! Why wasn't gonna do it even if you said yes? Jeez, that would be really annoying, and you're taking anybody would hate it, we're not doing it. We're just gonna do a simple review, then I can get you something to eat. Okay?
Don't gotta be a jerk about it.
Hey guys, welcome to the new movie review. Today we're talking about Little Shop of Horrors. First, we gotta show off if I ever get anything. When I go to the movies, we gotta show them off. So we gotta show off this Sego Cinema. The Little Shop of Horror button. Button. Gotta show a button, not a pin. See? Button, not a pin. Really cool. So I wanna show it off today. And let's get on to the review. What do I think about the review? What do I think about the movie? I've never seen this movie before. I've heard things about it, heard stuff about it. I've never seen it, didn't know much about it other than this. I know there's a plant that obviously probably eats people, does something. There's a plant, that's about it. So yeah, let's go into the movie. What is it about? What do I enjoy it? Yeah, I enjoyed it. For the first time seeing it, I enjoyed it. It was fun. I kind of knew going into it a couple things I have seen. They've been showing the trailers for Psycho Cinema. It was like a cinema show, so I got an idea from the trailer, a little bit of what it was. Comedy based, because it has a lot of comedy stuff like Bill Murray and other people in it. If I can't remember the other people's names. It's Bill Murray and like some other comedians or other people who on like Saturday Night Live and other people. I think Rick Moranis, that's the main guy. But yeah, it has a bunch of people on it. It's great. Yeah, just like it has a good cast. You can tell it has like gonna be a more funny vibe to it. It looks really great. And also it's a musical, so it's kind of like a comedy musical. I think it's interesting. A comedy horror musical because there is horror elements to it. We'll get into that. Some horror elements into it, so we'll get into it. So, let's jump into what is the movie about. Obviously, when I jump into the movie, when I talk about the movie, don't be spoilers. If you have not seen the movie and don't want to be spoiled, go to the end. Well, I don't know when that will be, but if you want to get my rating and then stuff. But yeah, so let's jump into it. What's the movie about? It's about this guy named Seymour who works at this plant place. He's an orphan. He works at this like plant shop with this other guy who owns it. I can't remember the old guy who owns his name for some reason. It's just blanking on me. But he owns it, and there's this other girl who works there who Seymour really likes, and she's dating this other guy who's a dentist, who's one of the other, like, I wouldn't say main characters, but definitely the actor is pretty well known. I can't remember his name, but he's there, and he plays like a dentist, and it's just like a sadistic dentist who gets off on causing people pain and stuff. And the girl comes in at one point in the beginning with like a black guy, and he's like, that, and the guy that walks on things like, that guy told good for you, you don't need to see him. It's like, well, for the record, is true and great, and yet you shouldn't see him. Especially if you see a black guy. I'm like, nope, after seeing a black guy, you should just go. It's like, yeah. But then they talk, and he's like, we need to get more business in the place. So he's like, okay, I'm going to, I have an idea. Seymour says, I have an idea. Why don't we take this weird plan, why don't I take it, put it out so people can see it, because I found it, he told me how he found it, he told him how he found it, it's like, okay, cool, and then he puts it out, and then immediately he's like, that's not gonna work, putting that little plan in, it's like, then somebody comes up and like, hey, I saw that, somebody walks in, like, hey, I saw that unusual plan in the window, I would like to take a bunch of roses and stuff, and there's a lot of comedy, and this is great. I'm not gonna do too much to talk about the comedy, because that's obviously you need to see for yourself, but he comes in, and then obviously more people just come in, and he has to fix the plant and keep it alive, figures out it runs, how it keeps it alive, how it works and how it runs and how the plant like works. He actually has to feed it blood, human blood. Yeah, he gets a little cut and you can see this thing wants it. And then he's like, okay, he gives it blood, and he gets all strong and everything. Like, he keeps getting bigger and bigger. And he goes on a talk show, like a video talk show and stuff. Then the other guy, the boyfriend, it shows him going at the dentist and stuff, causing people pain. Has a little musical number. Has a lot of singing in this because, like I said, this is a musical. Technically, I would say yes, this does count as a musical because it has a lot of singing in it. It's not like every scene is singing, but there's a lot of singing in this, and it is great. I don't singing musicals are not like my go-to, but it wasn't bad. I don't think singing like musicals are bad. Just most of the time they're like not my really go-to, but some of them, if you do it right and have a certain feel to it, it works. Like this one works, and also it's a lot of funny stuff too. Also, the point in the dentist office where a patient is waiting for the dentist because he wants him to work on him and stuff. And the character is played by Bill Murray, who comes in and actually wants to get his teeth worked on because he kind of almost gets off on it in a way. It's like, yeah, he's like, oh yeah, I want it. And then he comes in and like tries to start doing it. And he kind of eventually tells him like, no, get out of here. You kind of, I want to cause people pain. I want to do stuff, And also the guy eventually, the plant actually tells him, hey, you need to give me somebody to, eat. I need to eat something, more blood. It's like, okay, well, it's like, okay, I want you to go get her boyfriend, the girl you like's boyfriend. Go get him. He's an awful person. He's an awful human being. Go get him, and I'll eat him. And then eventually tricked him into it. Before the boyfriend was awful, so I'm kind of like that against that. I'm like, yeah, eat him. So he takes him, gets him up, and like brings him in. Like, oh, can you chop it up for me? So he chops him up, and the owner sees it. Chops up the boyfriend. Takes him. Who's one of the bad guys? So it's not like completely like awful. But but how he gets the boyfriend, how he takes him, he goes to the place, the doctor's office. Has a gun, pulls on him, and nobody else is there because everybody else left for like lunch break or whatever. So he's there. He's the guy left. He gets called in, and then he's like, "Hey, I want to do a bunch of stuff to your teeth." And he puts on this gas mask thing like. Where he puts it on, it's the laughing gas thing you do to stuff to keep you asleep. He's like inhaling, he takes it all the time and huffs it and puffs it. Like he's an addict on crack. He's great. His character is actually really great. Like he's funny, delivery, everything about him is he's a fun character. Even though he's a bad guy, does some awful shit. He's still like a character who is fun and funny and great. The actor plays him well. But so he has this contraption on, and he keeps turning the things on, and breathing it just in completely because he has a mask and all that shit on. It's like, it's crazy, and then he eventually he tries to turn it off, and then it's like, oh, it breaks, so he just eventually gets too much and falls to the ground, knocks out, and then obviously he takes him. He had a gun too, so he was trying to maybe shoot him, but he didn't have to, he took him. But it doesn't matter, I guess, because he's feeding him to a plant, so I guess the giant plants. So yeah, he takes it, eventually goes home, chops him up, and while he's chopping him up, the owner of the place sees it, and it's all what happens, and then eventually it's like, Seymour, it's all what happened, I'll help you, we'll get you out of here. It basically says, goes to confront him. Basically gets to the point where it's like, you might find I'll confront you, whatever, and then the plant just, you see it's close enough back to the plant, where the plant just grabs him and just eats the owner, and he's gone, and then eventually he realizes, like, okay, this has gone too far. The girlfriend finds out about the plant, and then he has to go and stop the plan, and they have to figure out how to stop the plan, and they eventually do destroy the plant, and then they go off and live happily ever after, and it's great. There's a lot of singing and stuff, and it's great, and comedy is great. It's a great movie. Check it out. What do I rate this bad boy? What do I rate Little Shop of Horrors? It's a good movie. I'm gonna give it actually an 8. I think I gotta give it an 8. Solid. I'm not really like musicals. Like I said, I'm not against musicals. But most of the time, it's like the little like. I think that one works because it's comedy. It fits into my type of like realm of stuff I like. A little bit of horror. Like I said, it's a giant plant, and it does eat people. It ate like at least two people, and eats all blood and stuff. It does have a little bit of some horror vibes to it, a little bit, not like scary horror vibes, but just like it's eating people. That's something. If a giant plant's eating people, I think that counts as horror. So I would say it's a musical horror comedy. That's what I'm gonna say it is. That's a mouthful. That's what I'm saying it is. But yeah, it's really great. We enjoyed it. Have fun. It fits more into the type of stuff I like too. If you do a musical and it fits more into the type of stuff I like, it's cool. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys always stay epic, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye, guys.
Okay, now though, can you give me something to eat?
Okay, I think I have just this thing for you. Let me get it, pull it out of my pocket, and I think this is exactly what you want. Some nice fresh cut of human meat. Nice flesh. I think it's prime, ready to go. Here.
Holy fuck, it tastes so good.
Yeah, you like that, don't you? Well, you're not gonna like it long.
What the fuck did you feed me?
Well, I might have put just a little bit of explosives in there, so sayonara.
Well, shit.